It's gonna be a good day, I hope. So it's the first day of highboy spraying. At the current moment, Chris is filling up his sprayer, and I'm gonna get to the title of this video very, very quickly, right after I fill. I'll start on my rant about how fed up I am with John Deere and some of the stuff they do here. But let's just take a view of the cab here this morning. Raven rate controller, Gen 4 4640 monitor, which as you can see, I have shared coverage on there. There's Chris's little sprayer right there. And then I also got my iPad up here with Op Center up. I'm gonna help him through his monitor right away, and then I can switch over to varieties because there's some varieties that are taller than others. So some varieties he needs to do because his sprayer's like 14 inches taller or something. And then there's some varieties that I need to do. I need to do the shorter ones. So kind of a little overkill in my opinion, but also kind of nice at the same time. And of course we have the AgriGPS CRG RTK receiver on both my roof and my brother's roof. If you guys didn't see the last video where we were row crop cultivating with this GPS receiver, I am actually a dealer for AgriGPS now. So if you go down in the description to my website, you can actually buy the CRG receiver, you can buy the MLIT base station, you can buy like ITC extends, and if you would like to use this and a John Deere monitor and a different brand of equipment, I can also get you bridges. They're not on my website, but if you contact me, we'll get that figured out for you guys. So, the 2 weeks from the date of the posting of this video, these are going to be 5% off. The 10% off discount code that we did have, AgriGPS, is now expired. I'll give you guys one last chance. 2 weeks from the posting of this video, I'll put the date on the screen. 5% off at my website. Go and check it out, and then you can contact me there as well if you have any questions. Gotta lock her in. Okay, I can't see nothing. Slowly let up the clutch. I don't feel like tipping over today. That looks about right. Having the RTK in the boundaries, I don't really need to count rows anymore. I just go for it. Recording on. Find third. That was very not smooth. Yikes. Okay. You guys know how much easier end rows are with the non-cushioned front end now that we don't have that big self-propelled sprayer? The end rows are so much smoother with the track sprayer and the track tractor. I like it. Oh my God. Okay, so much for the end rows being smooth. I don't know how these things hold together. This is terrible. Okay, time for my rant now that I've done most of the headlands. So, as you guys know, I have the 4640 monitor in here. Last year we had 2630s. The reason we put the 4640s in here is because, well, we got two of them and one 2630 now. And the two 4640s can actually talk to each other so I can see his coverage map, which I can. It's really nice. The problem is that last year at the 2630 monitor, I was able to hook the Raven 440 directly up to the monitor, so every time I turned the boom on, it would just start recording, it would record rate and everything, and it was amazing. I loved it. And we've always been able to do that with the 4640s too, or the Gen 4 monitors. This sprig in the 9570 RT with the field cultivator with the spray boom on the front, I had a Raven 440 connected to that, and it worked fine. When I started putting the 4640 monitors in this sprayer, it was not working. It was not connecting. It wasn't recording. Nothing. Couldn't figure it out. I tried a different Raven 440. I tried a different wiring harness. Couldn't get anything to work. So finally, I was like, "What the heck?" I put the 2630 in here just to test it out, and it worked. So I called the dealership, and we walked through the steps, and they remoted into my display, and they couldn't figure it out. And I did some research online, posted in a couple of forums. No one really had an answer for me. So I actually have a phone number that I really don't think I'm supposed to have. I got it from when I worked at the dealership. So I called that number, and he called the number, and they're like, "What's your dealer ID?" And I'm like, "I'm actually a customer." And they're like, "Huh?" I'm like, "Okay, just listen to me here. Here's the problem. I got a Gen 4 monitor and a Raven 440 rate controller that I'm trying to control over the COM port, and it is not taking it." Now, I said the only difference between when I did this spring and when I'm doing it now is that I have updated the display to your latest software. So he said, "Oh, let me check it out." So he checks it out on his computer. He's like, "You know, now that you say that, we do have several cases in for COM ports not working on the latest software update." And I'm just like, huh. Makes sense. Give me 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So the problem is that in order to get this resolved, there is something to resolve for it, but he couldn't tell me the steps that they took. The dealer has to send in a DTAC case to Deere. Deere has to review that DTAC case, get back to the dealership, go through all the BS troubleshooting steps before they'll actually backdate my software to make it work. And I can't backdate the software on my own. Thank you, John Deere. You can on the older monitors, but not the new ones. It makes no sense to me. So we're having to manually record on them, which isn't the biggest deal in the world. Like, it's fine, just hitting the button on the monitor to record where we've been. But, for example, we got out the field and my brother forgot to record his first pass. Like, it's gonna happen. I'm gonna forget to record stuff, he's gonna forget to record stuff, or we're gonna leave it recording for way too long. It's just gonna happen. So all in all, that's why I'm fed up. That's why I'm just not having it, because these monitors are like $8 grand a piece, and they can't even make them work right. Like, software updates are supposed to fix things, not make things worse. And it's like that for a lot of things. Operations Center is never 100%. There's always some weird bug with that. There's always bugs with the monitors. My planter wouldn't let me plant any, it only let me plant full number of populations. So like the planter, the exact emerge, I could either plant, like, let's say I'm planting soybeans. I could either plant 140 or 141,000. I couldn't plant 140 and 500. Shocker, there's a software update to fix that. It's everything. You pay so much money and they talk all this big game and they have some really cool technology, but it's all the little things that they just don't seem to care about. It makes me frustrated. I think I've done this before, but maybe not. I don't know. Let's let you guys see what it's like to drive a highboy. So I'm looking down here at my guidance at the moment because I got to turn around. So I'm gonna wait till that says like 12 foot or something like that. 13 foot. Let's just put it in first gear so I can get it turn around really nice. Start turning. I can actually see a sprayer track from the big sprayer, so right here is where I need to be. I left my record on, just put it in third gear, slow it down, full throttle, sprayer on. Okay, gotta put the booms down. I'm constantly adjusting the booms in the sprayer because the corn is constantly changing height. This is a shorter variety, so I can put the booms way down. like that. Now the dew is starting to lift off the plants a little bit, so I don't have as much stuff hitting the windshield as I usually do, but you can see my visibility is very, very low looking forward because everywhere where the wiper cannot wipe is full of tassels, full of pollen. Can't see nothing. And I don't know, the angle of the GoPro, you guys might not be able to see the booms. I don't know if you can or not. Whoop! And that's what happens when you don't pay attention. So at all times, I basically have my left hand on the steering wheel, and then I keep my right hand on these two levers, which control the boom. So my thumb controls the left boom, and the rest of my fingers control the right boom. And then if I really have to, I can reach down with my thumb and hit the main lift in case I have to lift or lower the entire boom at once. But 90% of the time, it's just the left and right booms. How fast am I even going right now? I am going 9.3 miles per hour. Okay, slow way down, turn the boom off. Now there's not going to be a sprayer track this one, so I just gotta pay really close attention to my monitor. I used to count rows. See, that was not a good turn, but I found it. Turn the boom back on. The RTK is really nice because last year we were using SF1. I had to constantly shift my track. I haven't had to shift my track once this, whatever you want to call it, this year, this field. It's been right on the entire time. And now because the tanks are so small in these sprayers, 320 gallons, and I'm doing 12.3 gallons per acre right now. Typically in fungicide, you want to do a lot more than that, but because our tanks are so small, we go out early in the morning when they're still dew in the plants, like we are right now, so that way the water on the plants acts as a natural carrier. It kind of lets us cheat a little bit and put a little less gallons per acre on, but I have to keep a close eye on my monitor here for how many gallons I'm at. Because 26, or how many acres I'm at, because 26 acres comes very fast. I couldn't even go all the way around the field doing headlands without filling up. Okay, here we are again. Slow way down. Now I'm just leaving my recording on as I go around the edges or turn around. It's really not that big of a deal because, okay, let me think here. Oh, there's a sprayer track right there. I need to back up a little bit. Otherwise, I'm not going to make that. It's not that big of a deal to leave the recording on as we go around because we're just using the recording basically as a way to know where each other have been. So, you know, and it is nice to like have the map to see, yep, here's what we sprayed, and if we did any trials, like we won't record that. But otherwise, it's just a way of us making sure what we do while we're in the field. The first year or two of doing this, I used this Outback S-Lite guidance system, and it did pretty good. It was okay. It usually got me to where I needed to go. But I don't even, like, it's still plugged in, and when I turn it on, the screen lights up, but no words or anything come across. I think it's kind of dead. It doesn't really work anymore. So, but now that I have the John Deere, I haven't used it at all. So even if it is dead, I really don't care. And I was too lazy to take it off. It's not my way, so. You know, I bet that's the original windshield wiper that came on the sprayer. It still works pretty dang good. So in this field, we have a lot of different varieties planted. They're all, we got Whipples 24, 46, 26, 56. Honestly, I can't even read. I'm trying to look here and look there, but right now I am in Whipples 42, 46. And this field looks incredible. Beautiful looking field. All the varieties look really good. I'll be kind of curious to see how they all stack compared to each other, but as you guys know, Whipples is a sponsor of the channel. I'm at 24.2 gallons. Or 24.2 acres. I really don't got any choice but to make a partial pass here. As you guys know, Whipples has been an awesome sponsor of the channel. I can't thank them enough for the support they've given me, and Whipples has been an amazing corn company for us. They have been our top performer year after year after year. For about 10 years in a row now, we've always had a Whipples hybrid be our first or second top hybrid. So make sure you guys go click the link down in the description and visit Whipples Hybrids. Super awesome company. Thank you guys so much. Well, I think I'm done for the day. There's not a whole lot left. If I zoom in on Chris here, looks like he ran out of chemical right there. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 and a half-ish passes left. So this is all taller variety corn right there. So I'm gonna let him fill up and let him do that. But overall, that went pretty dang smoothly. Here's the entire field. The dark blue is what I did. The light blue is what he did. He did a little bit more than I did, but I did do all the headlands. So if we go over, all the headlands are dark blue. Quite an adjustment going from a 2,400 gallon tank to a 320 gallon tank, but I love it nonetheless. I do have one thing that I need to change, and that is, so some of these nozzles are on like a three nozzle turret, and for the most part it's not an issue, but for some reason this very end nozzle is on a turret and the corn hits it all the time and makes it turn. There's Chris right there. I better pull up my boom a little bit so he can fill up. Unlock that.